Standing by, everybody. We're getting ready to go on the air here from Lake Jackson. Now I'm going to give you the signal. Let's see, it's 10 seconds.
We're going to try to make this like a little program now. We're going to try to do this like a little show now.
Yeah, I got the headphones on. My shoes, we're already on the air.
From Lake Jackson, Virginia, it's Thanksgiving for 2 at 1.
My shoes.
Lake Jackson, Virginia. Here we are celebrating Thanksgiving Day, 1956. The whole 2 at 1 staff is here, and here's Edward Heston Walker to tell you more.
Thank you, Willard. We're going to be here for the next hour preparing for our big Thanksgiving Day dinner, and we hope that you'll join us as we have a lot of fun with Granddad, Betty Crockett, and all the engineers of the 2 at 1 crew. Okay?
How about that, friends and neighbors? Yay! How's that, huh? Wonderful. Okay, George, let up on the music. George, that's my turntable. Now be careful, will you? George, that's
I might explain here that we're using Willard's hi-fi system here this afternoon, and if we have any trouble with the records, it's all because of the fact that this is not quite adapted for broadcast use, as you understand.
Yeah, well, all the kids are outside playing, and most of the...
You guys going to use your regular theme, or can I put it away?
Hey, George.
George, you got it on the wrong speed. George. That's an expensive motor now, and a diamond needle in there.
I'm my own private little Gerard player. Now, you're going to wreck my hi-fi set, George.
Was everybody here, Dick Edwards?
Oh, boy, am I having a blast down here.
Ready
it's the
for
first time I've been out in the woods like this. I feel like a wild gorilla.
I'm here, too, Willard.
Enjoy you, buddy.
Got Barbara here. The kids are outside playing a little bit.
Well, it's nice for us to get together,
Hey, before we have our lunch or big dinner, what do you say we have a little... That's what I had in mind, George. A little toast, huh? What do you think, Will?
No, look, Aldo, now wait a minute. Now, this Thanksgiving Day, we're going to have our big Thanksgiving dinner. We got plenty of tomato juice in the refrigerator.
Well, I know. What are you going to mix with it?
No, you don't understand. This is Thanksgiving Day.
I understand everything. You got to have a little something here.
No, we're not gonna mix a thing, Aldo. So just forget it. We're going to have a good time today and just talk and laugh and have a lot of fun.
You mean you're not going to have nothing, huh?
Nothing at all. Now, you just relax and take it easy now.
Well,
all
that's
right?
the way you feel about it.
That's the way I think it should be, don't you?
Well, I don't think so, but that's the way you're going to do it. I'll go over here and get a record out of something.
All right, well, I'll tell you, we ought to play our first record. I think we could basically get a music show lined up. Don't you, Ed?
Yeah, I think we got a Leroy Anderson album.
Yes, everybody's so upset.
Well, here she is.
My life trying to get all the dinner dishes straightened out.
A little close to the microphone with those dishes here.
Everybody clear the house. Look, you guys go on outside for a minute, will you? I'm trying to set the table.
We're trying to do a show.
The turkey gobbler is getting burned over there. I can't do but a few things at one time, you know. I'm not a super Iberdin. All right, now.
Betty, we're trying to do a show from here.
Everybody get out of here for just a minute, will you, for heaven's sake?
Yeah, I know.
All right,
look, Aldo, can you put on a record up there or something? Maybe we can listen to a little Leroy Anderson. No, not that record, Aldo.
That's the theme.
That's the theme.
This is nice. Little winter music for the day.
Get out of the kitchen now. Let me get some work done. You guys are always messing up the whole
Let's listen
dinner.
to Sleigh Ride. That was Leroy Anderson, a real cute thing. Well, we brought him with us, huh? And there's our pet turkey. I think we ought to tell a story about this turkey. Tallulah the turkey is a turkey that we bought several weeks ago, and we're going to raise for Thanksgiving dinner. Quiet, Tallulah. We became so attached to this bird that we couldn't kill her, so we had to go out and buy another turkey. Yeah, that's right, Tallulah. You're safe. You're safe.
Well,
what do you say you get a fire going over in the fireplace?
Yes, it's awfully cold in here. We just got out of here
look,
about
you
half an
guys,
hour
just
ago.
a little something before dinner, huh? That's a George Grease.
No, look, George, Aldo, you two got to realize, we're not going to, today we all took a, now, isn't that right, Granddad?
Yeah, that's right, Willie. I'm in favor of that.
We're having nothing. Isn't that right, Ed?
That's right.
All right, is that right, George?
Betty, you agree with that?
Yes, I do. I don't think we'd have a thing today.
That's the way you're going to do it, huh?
That's right.
Well, look, excuse me a minute. I got to go out.
think that's a good idea, too, if you don't mind me saying so.
That's all right, Dick. I'm glad you did.
So today there's nothing, Aldo.
Well, look, I got to go out to the shed and check the telephone line back to the station, make sure we're on the air,
Aldo,
all right?
we're doing great.
I'll be right back.
All right,
see
Aldo.
you guys later.
All right.
So long. Here he goes. Well, he'll be back.
He didn't have to go out to the woodshed. This is ridiculous. The telephone line is perfect. We can't get a fire going here. It's a little
You think
chilly,
I light that
isn't it?
fire up there, Willard? While I tell the folks about Acme, huh? You know, and it's a fact that smart shoppers pick Lancaster brand beef, and nobody's going to eat beef today, I bet. Lancaster exclusively, the brand you'll find at Acme supermarkets.
Wish I could get myself a new apron. Wish somebody
We'll
could at
take
least
care
throw
of it,
enough
Betty.
out
Well, you
they
got
could
the
fix me
fire
one
going
up.
here, don't you?
Oh, it's burning nice, Ed. Go ahead, do the commercial.
I just did it.
Oh,
It's over.
oh, all right.
Say, Will,
Yes, Granddad.
Aldo just come up, wanted me to go out and help him check the telephone line. I'm going out to the shed for a minute, all
Look,
right?
there's nothing out the woodshed that you have
That's
to
all
do.
right.
now.
I'll be right back in
Look.
just a minute. So long, fellas. I'll see you later.
All right. Tell you what, Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there to the woodshed and see what Aldo and
Look,
Granddad...
Willard, there's no need
Yeah, look,
for
I'll
that.
see you in just a minute.
Willard, you don't have to do that now.
See you later, I'll be right
All right.
back.
Something funny's going on out that woodshed.
Excuse me, fellas. Tell you what, I better get some more wood for the stove
Betty, you've
over
got
here.
a dinner to cook now.
No,
you,
I wanted some more wood for the stove, you know. That
yeah.
sear stove
But
needs some more wood.
That's a gas stove.
I know, but that's all the more reason it needs some more wood. I'll see you in just a few minutes.
Betty.
I'm going out the woodshed with Aldo and George
Oh,
and a
for
host of
heaven's
others.
sake.
See you in just a minute, eh?
Looks like I'm all alone now. George, you're still with me?
I go to the woodshed.
No, you're not. You got to play a record
I
here.
gotta go to the woodshed.
Now put the record on first. Then.
I'll be right back.
George.
I've grown accustomed to her face.
Honestly. I think I'll put a record on the turntable.
Excuse me just a minute, Ed. I didn't want to leave you all alone, but
Richard.
I've got to go down to the woodshed just
There's
for a
no
second.
reason for
Well,
that.
I left my pickaxe down there, and I want to cut up a little more wood and see if I can't get the fire going. It's beginning to
Yeah,
die
I'm going
out.
with you, Dick. Be right
Come
back,
on,
Ed.
Joe. You and me
Fellas,
go on
come
down
on.
to the woodshed.
See you guys later.
Something very funny here. Look, I'm going to put a record on the turntable, and then I'm going down to the woodshed. Let me get this record queued up. Watch cut. Oop. Let's see. Now I'll play this cut here. Now, I think I'm going out to the woodshed. I'll be back in just a minute, folks. In case the record runs out, just wait for us, will you? Well, you're wrecking the fellas. Stop it. Stop roughhousing in Willard's chest. Well, now look what you did. You stalled the turntable. George, stop it. Now let me put the record back on. The motor's unwinding. Goodness. Fellas. There it goes. Well, there you have it. Leroy Anderson and, what was that called? The Waltzing Cat. Yeah. I like the ending.
You never do this at the station now.
Well, this is, we're kind of off duty today, you know.
I know, but you don't mess up with the equipment at the station. You're ruining my beautiful $90
I'm going out here behind the
hi-fi.
picture window for a minute.
Alan, now why do you have to go behind the picture
Well, I'm so
window?
used to working behind the glass, you know, I don't feel right if I'm in the same room
You'll
with you
catch
guys.
your death of cold out of the porch.
So long.
Aldo, come on back in here.
Honestly.
Well, we are going to do our drama, and he's got a couple of old pieces of gear.
I got me a script here today, fellas, that I think make a nice Thanksgiving Day drama.
Okay, I think we're ready now, don't
And,
we? I
yeah.
got my copy of it.
Oh, okay. Betty, would you come in out in the kitchen?
Yes, I got just a minute here.
And put your silverware down now.
All right.
It's falling out of your... Close that kitchen door there.
I knew Aldo would come back in. It's
It's
cold.
cold out there, you know
I
it?
knew you'd get cold.
I'm telling
Come
you.
here, Aldo.
Hello.
You've been doing something down behind the old woodhouse.
Well, I tell you what I did, Betty. I took, got a little bottle of Santoots olive oil. I want to put on the turkey.
Don't turkey, Santoots.
That's right.
We don't put no Santoots olive oil on turkey.
Maybe you don't, but where I come from, we put on everything.
Well, we don't go do it around here.
'Cause
Just
I've been
forget
using it on my hair for 30 years.
I notice it, and it's growing in there inside of your brain, tickling your old
Well, I
thing.
think I'll just go out and put a little on the turkey. I'll be right
All right. Whoops, goodness. Everybody's going crazy. Let's get the script
Well,
down.
today I thought that we, being Thanksgiving and everything, we'd dramatize the story of Miles Standish and Priscilla and John Alden. Oops.
Wonderful idea. I
Watch
knew
it,
there was
George.
something out there besides wood behind that woodshed now.
So, if you don't mind, I'd like to do the serious drama here in the true spirit of the day.
All right, I think
And
George...
this is why John Alden couldn't speak. George, now concentrate on getting the cues here now. Put that down.
That's a hi-fi hiccup there. Stereophonic hiccup.
So, if you all are ready,
All right, I've got my copy of the script. All right, you ready?
All right.
I'll go
get a little
first.
mood music there.
Oh, wait, before the mood music starts, I'm supposed to introduce the script.
Oh, go right
Ready?
ahead. Yeah.
The National Broadcasting Company presents the drama of Miles Standish and Priscilla. George, that isn't quite the right good music for the cut. How about some...
That ain't the way I wrote
Let's
it.
have a little more adventuresome music.
Here, it's getting better now.
It's getting adventuresome.
Now, play the music, George. Now, fellas, now, come on now. Play it. I wrote this script. Get that turkey out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry to say that Tallulah has just discovered her brother is going to be on the table we bought from Safeway. The National Broadcasting Company takes great pleasure in presenting the story of romance and love and adventure. The story of Miles Standish and Priscilla, the great romance of Pilgrim America, for this presentation on Thanksgiving Day.
This is November the 22nd, 1620. My name is Miles Standish. I'm standing outside the door of the home of Priscilla. I just tripped over the door sill.
Priscilla, having a party still fresh and going from last evening, is having a bash at it, as they say in the trade. Actually, Miles Standish, you're not standing outside the door because that would ruin the whole plot of the
But
script.
I'm going in now.
As our scene opens, you are standing outside the cabin of Captain John Smith because you're going to request of John Smith something very near and dear to your heart.
You got the script backwards.
No, don't you remember? It's John.
Oh, no, wait just a minute. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Now, as
All
our
right.
scene opens, we hear Miles Standish knock at the apartment over in Arlington Towers of John Alden. Come in.
Wait a minute. I got the wrong part of the script here. I'm John and you're Miles Standish. Come in.
Oh. Who am I now?
You are...
Goodness, I'm going back out in the kitchen.
No, wait a minute
Call me
now.
when you need me. I'll get these things.
You are Miles Standish.
That's right.
No, you're... Yeah. No, you're John Alden. I'm Miles Standish.
Wait a minute. How the heck?
Oh, now
George,
stop it,
put the
fellas.
record. Leave the record player alone now. Let's finish the script.
Well, let's skip that scene. Now, John Alden is...
That's a very important part of the show.
Well,
though, if we
anyway,
skip
the
that.
story is that Miles Standish is
You gotta
going to the
ask me.
home of... All right.
All right. John. Go ahead and call me
Wait,
John.
John,
Yes, Miles.
I was wondering if you'd do me a favor.
Oh, wait a minute. We got it backwards
That's what I
again.
thought. Now, you asked me the favor.
John?
Yep, Miles. Oh, turn that music off, will you?
I can't think. Wait a minute. If a John asked...
Go ahead. Now, you asked me...
Priscilla asked...
No, now you're going to...
was
Look,
John... No, wait a minute. Miles asked John to speak in his behalf, right?
that's
Isn't
right.
that right?
That's right.
Wasn't it the way it happened?
That's the way it happened.
I thought...
We should have rehearsed this, you know
All right.
what?
All right. I am Miles. You're John.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, Marcia, I'm John. Or you're Miles.
John,
Yep.
being here on these pilgrim shores for these past 20 months, I have fallen in love at last with a woman known as Priscilla.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, she is a good looker, I'll tell you.
John, I am speechless and tongue-tied. I cannot speak for her love.
You're hamming it up pretty good here. I don't know what you're complaining
Would you
about.
please speak in my behalf? Please, sir.
Well,
John.
I might do it.
John.
Yep, I'll do it, Miles. I'm going over there right now.
If the engineer has the door closing, I'll leave the studio.
Okay.
He doesn't? All right, well, write me out of the script or have some segue music or something, and I'll leave it. I'm gone. That's the ending cut, George. That's the finale scene. You got the wrong...
Now I'm at the front of the door of the cabin of Miss Priscilla's home, and I'm going to knock on the door.
Bebop-a-lula, I'm bam slam, beat the doodle-deep-da-ba-bo.
Priscilla?
We'll have to wait a bit. The engineer's looking for the door. It's on cut number 3, George. Record 38. Come on in, John. 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 There he comes.
Hello, Priscilla.
Hello, John.
This is the sloppiest work I've ever seen in a radio station.
Ain't no Cecil B. DeMille, but it ain't too bad.
I come here for my good friend Miles Standish,
who would request at your hand in marriage.
Well, if he ain't gonna take all of me, I ain't gonna cut off the old hand and give it to him. What do you think I am?
Now read the scripture.
I'm one of them northern gals.
Don't you understand that John wants me to ask you for him if you will be his wife?
Well, John, here comes a real dramatic part. This is one you all know from history. Speak for yourself, John. Only line we got right in the whole show.
Priscilla, I can't.
Why can't? This is the trick ending. We wrote this one up now. Why can't you speak for yourself, John?
'Cause I ain't a member of the union.
Ouch!
So long.
Where's the finale music? We gotta have a little finale music somewhere.
This program was produced under the auspices of Precinct Number 8 and is brought to you today through the kind consideration of the National Broadcasting Company because nobody's here today.
Well, that was the dullest thing I have ever heard, I'll tell
Well,
you.
at least we finally got the
You
plot.
fellas don't mind, we got to sell something here right
Well, you
now.
sell it, Granddad, and I'll light the fire.
Hey, get
again.
that fire going again. I want to
it's
talk
cold.
about television. You know, color television is a wonderful thing to have in your home, and I know most you people agree with me there, don't you?
I think so, too.
Well, sir, I just want to remind you that you have an invitation from RCA and the folks over at their Fulford's Colony Radio to come on down and see a free home demonstration, a new big color TV in your own home or in their color showroom, either way you want to do it.
There's a flock of them coming over now.
Yeah, boy. Say, you can see all kinds of shows in color every night of the week now, plus fabulous spectaculars planned for the holiday season ahead, you know. All sorts of entertainment there, like Perry Como, Walter Winchell, Marion Anderson, Vic Damone, Alfred Lunt, Lynn Fontanne.
Pinky Lee.
Yeah, all the big color spectaculars like Producer's Showcase and Sadler Wells Ballet and Sonia Henne's Ice Review. I'll tell you, you just wait till you see all them brilliant pictures come to life. Living color pictures, we call them, clear, dazzling, big as life. And remember this, too, friends, you on the same set that you watching all these wonderful color shows, you see crisp, sharp, black and white pictures, too. Yep, how about that, Willie?
I think that's an excellent commercial you're doing,
Compatible
Granddad.
color TV, pioneered and developed by RCA. You can enjoy color quick tuning is another feature. You just turn the dial there and presto, the old picture falls right into place.
We had one down here for a long time.
Oh, it was a nice one, I tell you.
Very fine performing set.
Yep, used to get Honolulu on there.
That was on a
Jerry.
good night, of course. Oops. Here
You
comes
get
Alvo.
RCA
Come on
Victor,
back
only
here, sit
$50
Alvo,
down,
Red.
24 months to pay for free home demonstration. That's Fulford's Colony
I know it's
Radio,
cold out there.
6119 George Avenue. Call Jimmy Fulford at Tuckerman 24900.
Fine, all
I
right.
got a record here I want to play today. It's
Oh, did you bring one for
Yep,
us?
I brought one. If I can just put it on the turntable there for me, will you,
Yeah,
Aldy?
Be
My
real.
shoes. You want a Frank Crummy? Is that who it is?
It's Crummett.
That's
Aldo.
right, Frank Crummett. And this is an old favorite of mine. Goes back to, the middle 20s. And I thought it'd be appropriate to play something like this on a Thanksgiving day. Everybody feels so good and everything.
Hello, Granddad. How are
Well,
you?
Betty, how's
Come
that dinner?
here, you
Come
old
along.
rascal. Ooh.
Now, stop that foolishness, will you?
Do.
So here's Frank Crummett to sing the way we all feel today. I'm sitting on top of the world. Frank, boy. Whoops. Aldo, put
Would you
your...
tell him to be careful with my record player?
That's an old priceless record, Aldo. You're going to scratch it.
priceless
Thank you.
record player out there. You're going to wreck
My
it.
record costs more than that. Well, I thought I'd just play that one as sort of an old favorite for today. That was Frank Crummett, and I'm sitting on top of the world. I feel that way myself on a good old Thanksgiving day like this, don't you, Willie?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, Granddad. We're right.
Yeah.
Glad to have everybody down here to get together for the
Yeah, it's a
Jackson.
nice Thanksgiving day we're having here today.
Barbara?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm going to let her talk
Oh,
today.
that's a good
the
boy.
spirit. This is Thanksgiving. I'm going to let her say anything she wants.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Joe. It's all right, honey.
Barbara, we really
Anytime.
enjoyed the lasagna last night, too.
Yeah, it was good lasagna. You
Sorry
guys...
I pooped out on you toward the end of the evening. I was so
All right,
tired.
Willard. Well, Dick, you ready to have a little turkey dinner this afternoon?
I am. I'm just so tired now.
Well, look, I'm going out in the kitchen and see if I can help Betty with the dishes here and bring some of the... Betty, can I help you with the
No,
Thanksgiving...
don't worry about a thing, Granddad. Got everything all
You
straight.
sure got a lot of
Here's your
food
plate
here.
over here.
Thank
Here's
you. Oh, you
mine.
got all sorts of desserts and
Get all the
everything.
kids up here. Bring them up to the table.
My goodness, this is
There we go.
this is going to
Everybody
really be a
sit
feast we're going to have here today.
George, it's only food now. Don't get
Yeah,
excited.
thank you. And my shoes. This is the greatest thing I ever saw since Rome was burned.
Betty, you didn't kill the turkey.
Well, I didn't kill the turkey, no.
No, we bought a turkey, Willard.
What happened?
Well, we became so attached to Tallulah here that we went out and bought a turkey. And that's Tallulah's brother on the platter there. Made her feel kind of... kind of sad, I guess.
Well, I can understand if you saw your brother on the table like that.
It would make me feel a little bad, too, I guess.
Well, we know how Tallulah feels.
Is that fire going all right over there? You think
yeah, it's
hold
burning
up while
nice
we're
and
eating
smooth,
dinner?
yeah.
Well, boy, I don't know about you cats, but I'm getting kind of hungry.
Okay, we're all set, I think,
A little bit
Granddad.
hungry here.
Joe, you got a place over there?
Yep.
Barbara?
Got a place. I think we better get all the folks gathered around here now.
Aldo?
My shoes.
Okay, George? All right, I think we're just about ready to begin.
Okay, everybody,
Just
come
about
on
set.
in here now. Granddad, call the folks in, will you, so we can all get gathered around this table here, will you?
Okay, folks.
My shoes, looking at a turkey. Man, what a good looking turkey. I didn't realize we had this many people.
Granddad, you go on over there. Sit down.
Yes, indeed.
Why don't you sit over there? And everybody else got their seats over there, so...
I didn't realize the engineers had one.
We're getting a little anxious about that turkey.
Nobody's going to go home hungry. Quiet, everybody. It is almost ready, but first of all, I think Granddad ought to ask the blessing, Granddad.
Thank you, Betty. Dear Lord, we thank you for this food that has been prepared for us today. Thank you for all of our friends gathered around the table, going to have such a wonderful time. And Lord, for all those who couldn't be with us today, we pray that they have a happy Thanksgiving too. And most of all, we thank you for this wonderful land that we live in, where we can enjoy a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner like we're having today. Amen. Well, okay, everybody, let's eat. What do you say now? Let's have a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner here. Yes, indeed. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there.
Everybody have a good Thanksgiving and let's eat because we may not eat like this again in a long time.
Well, there's our little Thanksgiving Day party here at Lake Jackson. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we're having fun here with our Thanksgiving dinner.
I want to thank management for running a special line all the way down to Lake Jackson by way of NBC Radio in Washington. We'll get together again tomorrow if everybody gets their share of bicarbonate soda, because I think Betty really whipped up a juicer here.
Thank you, Willie. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, and everybody have a nice Thanksgiving.
So long until tomorrow.
Like to shop in a friendly atmosphere, but with supermarket convenience? Then your nearby Federal Supermarket is for you. At all Federal Supermarkets, you'll find the best in national brands, variety, quality, and low prices. But above all, you'll find courteous, personalized service, such as free delivery to your home. Next time you shop, try the nearest Federal. You'll like it. WRC, WRC-FM, Washington, 1:30. This is Willard Scott speaking to you from the kitchen here at the Sheraton Park Hotel.
Bring those glasses over here, matey.
And the chefs are working diligently to prepare a festive meal.
French fried broccoli for
The
the
famous
menu this afternoon.
chef Chow Hound, who
Oui,
has been
monsieur.
in this country only
Good
1,400 years,
afternoon. It is a
has
pleasure
just stepped
to have
off the
you.
boat.
Move your elbow, please.
Pardon me, Mr. Hound.
My pepper and salt.
You are a Parisian chef, are you not?
Oui, oui, yes, I am.
What are you doing right here?
I am right now preparing the lunch for the main dining room
I see.
this afternoon. Here.
Well, what is the lunch consisting
Well,
of?
right now you are about to see me make a tossed salad.
Oh, this is the famous tossed salad.
Oui, with the own-
salad, the two that I understand you're so famous
And that is
for.
correct, yes. If you stand back now, I am about to toss the
Always
salad.
want to know what went on behind the green door, and here we are finding out now. You're going to toss the salad, chef?
Yes, I think I will. Here comes the wind-up and the pitch.
All right, I'm ready if you're ready. The tossed salad, we're getting ready to toss the salad. Only one thing we just found out, they forgot to plug the turntable in. While you are preparing this tossed salad, I'm sure somebody will take the salad up to the other control room. Pay for a cheap helper.
Why don't we
that's what
just
you get
forget the
around
whole
here.
thing and play the theme?
No, I'm waiting to get our salads tossed.
We'll toss the salad in just a moment.
That's where the first show went, so why be different, you know?
Oui.
are you, dear?
I'm fine. I tossed it, so there.
Wonderful. See, that bit was pretty bad anyway, and I don't know why we continue to keep it in. We're speaking to you from the bathhouse. It's the YMCA
You
here.
can kill the theme, George. My shoes, I'm feeling terrible today.
George, kill the theme. Thank you. What's the matter, Aldo?
I'm just so upset. I just understand you ain't going to be on no more in the afternoon.
Oh, I didn't know you were that
Just
loyal to the
breaks in
program.
my heart.
Do you really feel that bad about leaving the show?
No, it's overtime I'm going to lose.
I figured as much. I didn't think you had any loyalty in that big old heart of yours.
Yeah, but it was just July the 11th, 1955 that we began this whole thing.
Yes, and management's regretted that ever since. But we're happy to be on the air, and we're happy to have had so many friends call us up and send us those scorpions and tarantulas in the
Poison
mail.
pen letters and
The
things
zoo
like
has never
that.
had it so good since we've been on the air.
Yeah, we've had a lot of nice awards.
Yes, we have, Ed. Do we have a new award today? But look, will you please, you guys, you engineers have got the phone patched in to Gettysburg. The president's at home
He's
today
home
anyway.
now. Don't ring that
You're not going to
line.
get any answer up there.
And besides, turn your speaker up. We can't hear these things when you throw them in like that.
Don't criticize me, you're right.
George, I don't have any more. Do you have an award today, Ed?
We're looking here. We ought to be able to come up with one in just a moment. We've received so many in the past.
We have a nice letter if you'd like to hear that.
Well, let's hear the letter.
This is an awfully nice telegram that was sent to us this morning. It says, we can't possibly tell you how much we hate to see you leave the air. Since you started your program over a year ago, our ratings have skyrocketed. We will miss you with more than a casual fun. It's signed the management and staff of WTOP.
Oh, that's nice. Here's a little award came from the Aberdeen Proving Grounds up in Maryland, you know, where they test all the cannons and everything. So we've just voted to it won the biggest blast in radio.
Isn't that nice? We have another sincere letter from one of our sponsors, Ed. It says, since your show's been on the air, our industry has made its mark in the world. Before your show started, we were nothing. Our sales were at the lowest peak in history, but now things are different. Business has never been so good. From the tranquilizing pill industry.
That's wonderful.
And
It's
we're
a very
awfully
nice
glad.
thing.
Al Ross, president. Really nice to...
It's really...
He's so nervous in the morning. Do you ever watch him counting his money and trying to keep up with all those commercials at the same time?
And here's another thing we got in the mail. Oh, I've overdrawn at the bank again. Forget it.
Just forget that. Here's another little thing, Ed. You have been drafted as well as my
What?
son.
Wow. How about this?
Why do we have an exciting program today with no turntables and 3 engineers?
Matey, I'm sorry I fouled you up.
Jolly Rogers, our
Aye.
chief engineer. How about a little hand for Jolly? This is his last appearance on the show. Jolly,
Keep a civil tongue in your
Yeah,
head,
right
matey.
Jolly, it sure is good to see you. We're going to miss
Quiet,
all the...
why, you...
Look out, Jolly. Don't get nasty. We're going to miss all the wonderful little memos and lack of facilities and things that have never been, you know, without the
I think
show.
it's one thing we ought to do is wake up Dick Edwards so he won't sleep through the last show. He's over in the corner.
Gina.
Richard.
Turon.
Richard, wake up.
Trigger.
Richard, this is
Who
our...
deals?
No. This is the last 2-at-1 show.
Richard,
Don't you want to
will
be
have a
awake
little
for it?
respect?
Well, I'm just feeling so pooped today. I went out and had me a whole half a side of goose yesterday.
What's the matter with turkey?
Well, we don't have that in our house.
No?
My father didn't come over on the Mayflower.
Well, mine didn't either, but we still have turkey.
Well, it makes a difference with us Edwards, so there.
Oh.
Come on, you. All right, Dick. I guess everybody, it's America.
So,
you know.
fellas, I want to apologize for slapping my wife around the past year and a half.
Well, I don't think you ought to apologize to us. I think you ought
Well,
to
it's
apologize
kind
to
of bad for your show, I guess.
your wife and the doctor. I think are 2 people that would deserve an apology on that.
You know, that's kind of run into money. Black eye here, a couple teeth out there.
I can imagine.
It gets to be a little difficult.
Well, of course, you do have Blue Cross. You also have a blue wife, too, after all that knocking around.
That's right. Connie,
Barbara,
I won't
not
do
today.
It. I won't do it
please,
today.
Joe.
Just for old Lang Syne, can I? Let me just clobber her once more.
No, wait till the end of the show, at
Oh.
least.
Close the door. There's a little draft out there in the hall.
Don't mention that word.
Oh,
That's where it all
excuse me.
started. Forget it. It's 5 minutes after 1 o'clock. Can
Let's
we play
do a
some music?
commercial. And, are you going to play a record?
commercial?
Well, we
I
got a
don't
quickie here. We might as well do an Acme.
All right.
For all you people...
Just a gigolo everywhere you go. How are you? How are
All
you?
you people who have breaking out on your face, there's an Acme.
No, this is
Acme.
Acme.
Oh, I see.
You pill. Go ahead. You found it yet?
I can't find
Starts
it.
with Shopper. It's very short.
Oh, yeah, it's so short I can't
If you
find it.
bring your
Here it is.
bookies list to the
Shoppers,
studio, you can find your material.
the first race got off at 2:15.
It's a wrong copy.
Oh.
Now put that down.
Shoppers, it's a fact. Is this about the Lancaster beef?
No.
Oh, you do it. I don't have that one now.
All right. Such gallantry, you know.
You read yours and I'll read mine.
All right. Happy New Year. Shoppers, for convenience, service, and values,
Yes.
shop at Acme Supermarket.
Okay, I'll do
On
that.
behalf of your Acme Supermarket, we'd like to wish you a very happy New Year and a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Isn't that wonderful? That was last year's copy, but
Well,
what the
it's-
heck, it's home, you know? That's the way I look at it. Stand up and fight. Look out.
I tossed another one for good measure, eh?
All right, Chowhound. It's nice to have you with us today. What do you say about a little music?
What do you say about that, eh?
I say it's pretty good.
Let's
idea.
listen to Marshallese, done for you by Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Marshallese.
It's a French national anthem. You ever heard it? That's Canadian Sunset, I think.
You wouldn't
Oops.
prove it by me.
I believe that must be Ted Heath in the orchestra here. Give him a time, will you?
The time is now 9 minutes after 1 o'clock. I hear a door opening. Now, wait a minute. Not for my last day. Get that ship out of here. Now, I've got another 2 days of freedom. The least you could do. That chief has been hanging on ever since I took my Army exam last week.
They're coming to you. They're so anxious to have you.
It's not that, it's that sheepdog he has with him with that lonesome look in his eye.
Well,
that gets
Willard,
me.
you see this big book I have in my hand here?
Yes, dear.
And this is, inasmuch as this is our last broadcast, I thought, Willard Scott,
Yeah.
this is our lives. Willard Scott, yours and mine.
I hope the
This
engineers know it.
big book in our hand here.
Do you know it, boys?
And I'm working on it. You just ad-lib a little here.
Teach you to drink
Only
during
got two
lunch hour.
turntables. Wait a minute.
Put on that Chianti. Let's get this show on the road.
That's for Old Lang Syne.
Give him the cue again.
And now, Willard, this is our life. Our lives.
Yes, Ed Walker, this is your life, and this is
Your life, Willard
my
Scott.
life, and your life.
Story of two young fellas just starting out in radio, their trials, their tribulations.
Their heartaches, their loves, their happiness hours, their wonderful friends, their many kind comrades,
The
and
money
their
they didn't
miserable
make.
money that they never even got a smell of. But you, Ed Walker, I'll never forget. Just about 2 years ago, it was you with that blushing look, that smile on your face, that greeting in your heart. You walked up to management and asked them for a job. Remember that?
Yes, with palm outstretched and up, I remember. And
so
then
were they.
I remember meeting you in the hall, Willard.
Yes,
Young,
Ed.
dashing,
Yes.
debonair, suave, sophisticated,
Broke.
eager, broke.
Yes.
And you and I got together, although we had many obstacles to overcome in those first few radio shows.
That's right, Ed. Do you remember the many trying times during the first 3 months of radio?
Yes,
Then you learned to speak English.
that's right. And
What?
then, within the next 3 months
Yes,
of
Ed?
radio, you learned to speak English.
We had even more trying times. That Burlett school can do wonders with anybody, can't they, Ed?
That's right, Will.
But, Ed, let's see what happens now. Do you remember this voice?
Ah, you guys. I remember the first review I ever read about you. The show was really lousy.
Hey, that sounds like...
Whose
yes,
voice is it?
It
Yes,
is.
it
It's
is.
Bernie Laurent. That's who it is, Bernie Laurent.
That's applause cue, but it's all right. We'll accept.
Applaud somebody. Come on.
Yes, that's right. I'll never forget the most...
Thank you. Now they got it. You ask for applause, you're going to get applause, boy.
That's the most miserable show I ever heard in my life. The first review I ever wrote about you, the show was really bad. It was a bomb.
Well, Bernie, we've been on for a year and a half now. How about your last review?
That's right. After you fellas got all the, the tricks straightened out and all the gimmicks worked over and the show was sort of seasoned in, you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, what?
It smells worse than it ever did. I'll see you. Get out of here right now. I gotta go. How about that first?
That was...
Bernie Laurent.
Wonderful.
The girls are mobbing him. It's not Elvis girls. It's only Bernie Laurent.
They're right ain't out in the hall. But don't forget, Ed, there were many other tender music theme here. There were other many tender moments. There were many other tender moments in your life. Do you remember this voice out of the
On
past?
the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Kill the music while I'm singing.
Right.
Back in the year 1931, I worked for the National Broadcasting Company. It was
Yes,
a
Father.
morning. Who asked you, Tony?
Yes, Father.
But I remember that then radio was dignified.
Yes, Father.
Everybody wore shirts and ties,
No, Father.
and tuxedos.
Maybe, Father.
Today, 20 years
Yes,
later,
Father.
I want you to know that radio has gone to the dogs.
Yes, Father.
Thank you for having me on the show.
No, Father. Yes, Father.
You're fired, Tony.
Oops, offer. Well, they were tender moments in radio. That's the... Hey, how about that? When you first Got your taste of the early days of broadcasting. But there were other times of exciting loves and moments of tender for memory, right?
That's right, Will. You and I have had many sponsors on our show, and we have had many interesting times with records.
That's right, records.
That's right. I'm Manny, your friendly record distributor. And I want you to know one thing.
Yes, Manny?
I want you to know, knock it off up there, gang.
Knock it off. Oh, go ahead.
I want you to know one thing.
Yes, Ed?
All the Columbia records and the Victor records and the Decca records and the MGM records and all the off-brand labels that have gotten popular
Yes,
in the
Manny.
last year and a half on this station.
Yeah, Manny?
I want to thank Al Ross.
Get out of here, Manny. Come on right out of the studio. Dirty rat, we knew he had a yellow streak down his back. That's why he got out of the draft. Back trouble.
Got some more tickets for you, Willard.
Get out of
The
here.
Bainbridge.
Yes, sir, these were tender moments. Really tender moments. And now one of the great thrills of your life, Ed Walker.
Yes,
I'm sure.
we've had-
music here.
We've had sponsors on the 2 at 1 show. Unbeknownst to many people, they thought we could never do it. And one of our most beloved sponsors.
That's the way it gotta be, Charlie Ape. Boy, do I remember those first days of the radio. Was your show ever Bombsville? It was the worst, Charlie, the worst.
That must be the voice of mouth.
This
Ray
is
Cathode.
Ray Cathode of RCA, flown in here by Brink's truck just for the occasion. Ray Cathode.
God, you don't talk to me no more.
Ray, I want
Yes.
to thank you for spending all of RCA's money on our show. And
I want you to know that when I first come with this company, RCA had $500,000 billion in assets.
yes, sir.
Since you guys have taken over the show, and since you guys have been doing RCA commercials,
Yes.
we still have $500 million assets. The money's just a little dirtier than it used to be. Because with you on there, we ain't going to spend a nickel to promote RCA. Because you guys couldn't box you out of a paper bag.
Thank you, Ray, for coming
Get
out.
outta here.
And those sentiments are so nice.
Wonderful, is that right?
That's it. You tell them off.
But of course, they were the wonderful days of little music.
And that does it, Will.
On behalf of the fine Calder Oldsmo Whacker dealer in Bainbridge, we'd like to present you, Ed Walker, with the keys to Al Ross's music library, plus an ever-ready flashlight with 16 original stories behind it.
And for you, Willard
And
Scott.
3 S&H green stamps.
For you, Willard Scott, these keys from the coal finder whacker Oldsmobile dealer in Chicago, these shiny keys to a Foot Locker at Bainbridge where you'll be stationed for the next few weeks. This has been a happy life, Willard Scott.
Actually, I'm just going to go to the U.S.
This has
Mount
been a
Vernon
full
next
life.
spring. I'm not going anywhere.
And a wonderful life.
Indian
Thank you,
camp
Willard
back.
Scott.
I'm not going
There'll
to
be a
the
big
plane.
party held in your honor at the White Tower immediately after the show.
I'm so
Join us, Willard. This is your life.
Lawsuit next on NBC. Go ahead.
Another record here. What do you
All
say?
right.
Just in time, I found you.
Just in time, Mr. Tony Bennett. And that was a real fine tune here.
Rudy Kohlenstrath on drums there. Very heavy little.
It's a real nice tune, wasn't it, huh?
That's strictly a house joke.
Here, come in. Hey, wait a minute. Back it up, fellas. Back it up. You blew the bit.
What?
Excuse me, just a moment. I had the wrong speed. All right, you go out and we'll start all over again.
I
That was
didn't-
Just in Time by Tony Bennett.
You didn't fool me or anything. I don't know what it is. It's still the wrong
That was
speed. I don't know
Tony
what it is.
Bennett, and try it again.
Knock at the door.
Come in.
Hello. All right, now, look. Will you get the band out of here? I got 2 days left of freedom. Now, get out of here. Heaven's sakes.
Well, they're really friendly, aren't they, those Navy
United
guys?
States Navy. That same sheep, pardon
Oops.
me, with that lonesome look in his eye.
Achtung, mein Wiener Schnitzel there.
Well, look, Herman Goering, the RCA distributor. How
I
are
just
you?
want to say hello and goodbye, and I would like to talk once more about RCA Victor and the wonderful scientific work that we have done.
Say you all have made great strides in the last years, haven't you?
Oops, excuse me. My buttons are popping off my shirt here. Well, I want to tell you about RCA and a wonderful invitation there from Fulford's Colony Radio.
What's that again?
I say Fulford's Colony Radio. They got a store over there on
If we had
Georgia
some
Avenue.
green paint, you could take care of the building this afternoon.
And they're
with
going to
a
offer you a free home they're going to show you how it works.
Not a good boy, Charlie.
And you can see it either in your own living room or in their color showroom there.
How about somebody else's living room?
Well, that's all right, too, if you get their permission.
Good. All right.
Color TV
Just
shows.
checking.
What are you leaving for? It's just a commercial?
Don't ask impolite questions on the air.
It's Ray Cathode. He can't stand it. You're out of the door. Stop walking.
Very trick studio we have here. Just don't ignore him. He'll go away.
And you can see such star-studded entertainment as Perry Como. Walter Winchell.
Perry Mutual.
Marion Anderson, Vic Damone. Oh,
Peggy
get out of
Lee.
here. Alfred Lund, Lynn Fontanne.
Trigger.
All the big color spectaculars. Producers Showcase, Sadler Wells Ballet. Sonia Henny's Ice Review. Wait till you come in.
Who knocks at the master's door?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I haven't heard that one in years. That's David Sarnoff's home.
So, but you get these wonderful RCA Victor sets. I'm telling you, they're wonderful. And that's all I'm going to say about them. They got more than their money's worth over the last year. Fulford's Colony, 6119 Georgia Avenue Northwest. Phone Jimmy Fulford over there. Tuck him on 24900.
Attaboy. I knew you'd make it. You've never let us down yet.
Thank you. Willard, I thought if we could get just a little bit nostalgic, if it's all right with you, we dug up Bob Shenton.
Dug up, too.
Now, we didn't dig up Bob Shenton. I mean, Bob Shenton. Thank you, Bob. Bob has been our recording engineer for the past 2 years.
He works with Patty Cavan and all the big stars.
Yeah.
So
And
he knows.
He got an excerpt from the first show that was July the 11th, 1955.
You are there.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
And we went on just 2 days after NBC's new Monitor went on, remember?
That's right. Monitor's still on, remember?
Yeah, and we're going off.
Yeah, remember?
Shows you who rates.
Yeah.
And so we thought we'd do an excerpt from that first show, if you care to listen to it.
I don't
Let's
really
go
wanna
back
hear it.
now to July the 11th, 1955.
Say what, Ed?
What?
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Stand by with a special thing we've been waiting for.
This is Janitor, the new NBC cleaning service operating continuously for 2.5 minutes. Here are the news headlines as of this hour. Lee surrenders at Appomattox.
General Lee had little to say about this when last contacted at Janitor's Appomattox headquarters, but the General's horse, Traveler, did. Here now, by direct broadcast, is Appomattox and Traveler.
Late baseball scores.
Cleveland,
Ohio,
Detroit,
Michigan,
Baltimore,
Maryland,
Washington.
D.C.
Now, Janitor takes a look at the weather.
Paris, 78. Clear. Rome, 83. Cloudy. Apalachicola, hard to pronounce. Buzzard's Rest, 108. Dirty. Pimlico, clear and fast. Do-wah-diddy.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Monitor. Janitor.
Yes, yes.
What's do-wah-diddy?
Well, it ain't no town and it ain't no city, but it's awful small and awful pretty. Well, do-wah-diddy.
This is Janitor, moving things and bumming around. Take one.
Oh, take two, they're small.
Thank you. Don't mind if I get it. Janitor, in connection with the transit strike in Washington, D.C., has set up its microphone in the committee hearing room. The next voice you will hear will be that of Mr. Louis Wolfson, chairman of the board of CTC. Mr. Louis Wolfson.
This is Janitor, transcribed and direct. Now back to Radio Central in Moscow.
That's the way it sounded back in 55.
Pretty dull show. It's one we stayed on the air for a year and a half.
Well, I've been telling you that for a year and a half. Nobody ever listened to me.
Well, Sake Sipper, welcome. Look who's
Anchors
here.
away, my boy.
Now, not you two. I've been trying to
Anchors
forget it all
away.
day.
Well, I can tell you when I was in the Navy, it was a great life.
How was it down in
Oh,
Cuba?
it was CU
Was
and
the-
CUBA.
Was
Them
the bay really
Panatellas.
cold?
Huh?
Was the bay really cold?
Oh, it was. Yes, indeed it was. And them Panatella cigars are all right. You get yourself a couple of them, will
You ever
you?
watch them roll them down there?
Huh?
I say, if you ever watched them roll those cigars?
Yeah, I used to always roll sevens all the time. I never could. Oh, I see what
Not
you
the
mean.
boxcars,
oh,
the cigars.
The cigars.
Yeah.
Say, listen, Willard, we all the two-at-one gang wants to say so long to you.
Well, look
And I'm
who's
hoping
around
maybe
here,
you can
my
get me an
goodness.
extra job or something. I'm going on relief.
Well, I'm sure we can find a lot of people on relief.
Betty, come in here. Betty
Well,
Crockett.
lands of Goshen's, look who's here. Old Lobber Hipsy's still with us.
Now, Betty, please. And watch it, Betty. Let's not get too ridiculous here.
Betty,
Betty's got a little statement to make here. She's so excited about you going in the Navy that she went and did something herself.
Ouch! Pardon me.
What are you yelling for? It was him she kissed. I don't get it.
Old blister lip up there, he'll do anything for a laugh. Well, I fixed one final recipe for you, Willie.
thank you, Betty. I'm sure.
Let's hear it.
Well, I got a wonderful new dish called roast like a management here. we got 3 old program directors, and we whacked them off around the kneecap, and man, we got a real sizzling dish over here.
Well, Betty, tell him about what you did.
Fricassee E-wing, it's called.
Tell 'em
Still
about-
a trade joke, but how are you?
Tell him about enlisting, Betty.
Well, I'll tell you what I did, Willie.
Yes, Betty, I'm sure this is going to be exciting. What did you do?
Well, I went on down to the recruiting office, and I joined me the Waves.
Ain't that nice?
Well,
Oh, Betty, what are you going to do in the Waves?
Well, what do you think I'm going to do in the Waves?
I don't know. You going to cook or something?
Of course not. I'm going to follow Willie all over the country.
Oh, isn't that nice?
well, Betty,
Isn't that nice?
Aren't you glad?
Yeah, let you
Well,
suffer for a couple of years.
I don't know, Betty. I don't know.
Well, I know I can see it in your eyes, yeah.
Which one, Betty?
Both of them.
She's going to be in charge of mess, I understand.
Yes, I am. I'm going to go down and mess with the men down at Bainbridge.
Betty,
You know what I mean? That was a nothing joke, wasn't it?
Pretty Bombsville, Betty.
Well, what are you going to do on $3 a week, you know? The checks ain't been coming through regular.
Hey, we still got another commercial to do. I just remembered it. Set up Rock Creek there, boys. We're going to have troubles on the last show.
You guys
Yeah.
still don't plan nothing, do you?
I was going to play the part of the first record I ever played on 2 at 1, but I guess I won't have time for it. It was.
We might have a minute or
Well,
so.
let's do this commercial and get it over with.
All right.
After all, it's my last $1. I might as well get it here.
Ready?
Yeah.
Rock Creek is a refreshing guest. Rock Creek passes the party test. Sparkling mixer, you'll agree, with super carbonated purity. Rock Creek ginger ale rings the bell. Rock Creek sparkling water swell. More zip to the sip, more whiz to the fizz. The life of the party, Rock Creek is.
Okay.
Make your holiday... Oh, you got it?
No, go ahead.
Make your holiday get-together more festive than ever by serving Rock Creek sparkling water and Rock Creek ginger ale. Rock Creek beverages are super saturated to make your drinks livelier longer. Be sure you have plenty on hand when unexpected guests drop in. Buy Rock Creek's big, economical party-sized bottle everywhere.
We don't have to play the rest of that. Stop playing a guitar. Do we? Oh, let's do
I
it.
wouldn't cut it off.
More whiz to the fizz. The life of the party, Rock Creek is.
Washington's party favorite.
I'm the one in the Navy.
Whoops.
You got to be here in the
You're
face
right.
of Monday morning.
Say, listen, if we could get serious, just before we wrap this thing up a little bit, and I know Willard doesn't like to get serious, but I'm going to anyhow, and I want to thank Willie for allowing me to work with him for the last year and a half. It's been a real pleasure. And there are a lot of people that went into 2 at 1 that probably you didn't really know about, and we could go on and on and on about it. But, for instance, our engineers today, George Brewington and Aldo Argentier, and Bob Shenton down in recording, who's done so much of the tape editing, and Don McDowell down in recording, Joe
Edwards,
Chris,
yeah.
Dick Edwards, Art Hallam, Art Page,
Perry White, who's no longer with us.
and
George. We said George.
We said George.
Adolf Hitler, Karl
And,
Marx.
let's see,
Benito
what is-
Mussolini.
Art Semig. Oh, gee, there have been engineers. Buddy Fenzel. Yeah, we can't forget Buddy. He never read Shakespeare in his life, but here it is. Let's listen.
Joy boys of radio, we chase electrons to and fro. We are the joy boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro.
Willie, you do the honors.
Well, until next time, we get together again soon because you can't hold us down. We've had 3 or 4 jobs, and they've been separated by 2 or 3 year leave of absences, but we'll be back, I'll guarantee it. WOOK, stand by. We'll see you in about 2 years.
This is Ed Walker.
Thank you all for so much good things. We'll see you in about 2 years.
Bye-bye, Willard.
Bye, dear.
We are the joy boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro. We are the joy boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear 2 chimes. The third one will not be rung until we return in 2 years.
Say that, dramatic close, and I feel like I'm really going someplace. Mrs. Housewife, or did I read that one? I think I did. They're both Mrs. Housewife. Shop the modern way. Shop Federal supermarkets. They're different stores, though. When you finish buying your groceries, let us carry you to your car or deliver you to your home. Yes, at Federal supermarkets, you'll find services just as important as quality and price and friends and love and life and happiness and lots of good luck all across the
Hey,
country.
Mac.
Yes, dear.
I'm Mr. Housewife.
Well, I'm sorry, you're not in this one. WRC and WRC FM, it's 1:30. Here comes Gene Autry.
Archer.
Good afternoon. This is Gene Archer, your host on Dayton, Washington. During the next half hour, we hope to be able to give you some tips on where to go and what to do on that Dayton, Washington. Tips like old movies, nightclubs, theaters, so forth. And we'll have a record or so. Now, to prove that we have records, here's Rolf Marteri's. Yes, sir, that's my baby.